What's up, Star Wars Unlimited players? Do you guys like tokens? Because I do, and turns out they're really hard to make. I've made about half a dozen, maybe a dozen at this point. Printed my own 3D printed tokens with a red clear resin. I've had varying levels of success. I've been doing some different strategies, we'll say, to make them look better, worse, depending. My first set I made, these right here, ended up going out pretty okay. Big issue with a lot of these kind of things is how you print them. So this first set I printed on the back, which meant all the supports printed on the back. That meant they had this really rough back, just like this one. So that means I have to sand this down, try my best to polish it. The fronts look great. I love how the fronts look on that kind of setup. But it left the backs real messed up, so I had to sand it down, do my best to polish it. And that led to a more foggy kind of look, which I do actually kind of prefer to my second attempt, which was these, that are smooth in the back, crystal clear, but you can see the print lines. I printed these straight up like that. That meant there was no supports on the back, but I had to put the support somewhere, so they have to go on the bottom. So that means there's some roughness on the bottom of these. But there's an issue with this as well. When you print them like this, for one, obviously you get those really annoying print lines that you can see. If you see the bottom, you get what's called an elephant foot. I think I have some issues with my printer as well. But by printing it at the bottom, those first couple layers are never as good as the rest. So the weight, essentially, well, maybe the weight or just the printing area, it causes a slant almost. So as you can see, this left line is thicker than the top line. They're not equal. And each number also ends up with a bit of a slant. So in the first run with this 3, you can see that it's pretty close to flat. Like this area right there is pretty close to flat. That makes it a lot easier to paint. Where on this 3, that bottom, like the very bottom of the 3 is slanted. There's a curve to it, which means it looks a bit weirder when you paint it. I'm not I don't paint minis for a living. I'm not great at it. It's really noticeable on the 5s. I absolutely obliterated this 5. It does not look great. But that bottom of the 5 is slanted. Same with this bottom, like the bottom. It's just so much thicker, and it's not straight edged. There's a curve to it. Yeah, it's like a really bad curve. So I would have to grind that down to a flat, and probably the same here, unlike how it should be up top. So I've moved around a couple times on this latest set. I'm pretty happy with. I think let me find one. So on this latest set, printed on the back, grinded pretty good and smooth in the back, so it's a little foggy. But I'm having this really annoying, like, water spot, which I think is where I'm washing off the. I'm essentially dipping them in water to wash off the excess. Well, you can say all the white powder that comes from grinding. Washing that off leaves those watermarks that I would like to not be there. I'm going to try some different attempts at dealing with that. Currently with this one, I haven't dumped it in water yet. I just wiped off the back with a wet paper towel, and that kind of worked. I've still got some speckling from the excess that I would love to get rid of, but we're working on it. One step at a time. Figure stuff out. Once I'm done, we'll give it a good spray with the polyethylene. I think that probably works for resin. If not, I guess I'll die. But it's worked for everything else I've sprayed when I'm painting. So we'll find out. Thanks for watching.